you go away on vacation, I think the best thing to do is to have somebody that you trust, whether it's a neighbor, a friend, somebody who you can instruct on what to look for and what to do in your absence. Come and check on the tank every day. You usually only have 10 to 15 hours to spot and fix a problem if there's a problem with a pump or there's a power outage. Anything more than that, your fish will start to die because they're going to run out of oxygen. That being said, you also want somebody to feed the fish every day. You can go every other day with the feedings, but if there is a problem, you would benefit from having a friend or somebody check on the tank every day. If that isn't a luxury that you can afford or have, then you can get an automatic feeder or one of the little dissolving pyramid feeders for freshwater. If you do go with the latter, the little dissolving pyramids, they need the water chemistry to be such so that they dissolve at the rate that releases the food in a consistent frequency that doesn't overtax the tank. So the pH needs to be within a certain range and the temperature needs to be within a certain range so that it dissolves within the 7-day period or the 3-day period, depending on which one you buy. So it releases the food for the fish in the right manner. Automatic feeders are great too. They're battery operated, they mount on the top of the tank, and they release the food once or twice a day depending on the setting. They feed a dry or pellet food. So for saltwater tanks where you feed frozen foods, the only way to do this is to have somebody feed the fish for you. If the fish are used to eating frozen foods, usually switching to dry foods just for vacation doesn't work that well. If you don't have an automatic feeder and it's a saltwater tank and you can't go with a dissolving feeder and you don't have anybody to come check on the tank, usually fish are fine 3 to 5 days, no problem without food. In fact, before the fish are shipped into this country, they're typically not fed for 3 or 4 days so that they can be packed in small bags so that their own waste doesn't pollute the bag of water. So they can go 3, 4, 5 days with no food. After that, they're going to need to eat. They're going to start getting a little thin. They can start chasing each other around, and it's just downright cruel to not feed a fish for that long. So I'm not condoning that behavior, but if you're really in a bind or there's an emergency and you have to skip town, they can go 3 to 5 days without being fed. Just make sure there's enough water in the filter so that evaporation doesn't run the filter dry and the pump cavitates from low water levels. But the best is just to have somebody come, and most people know at least one person they can trust to come and check on the tank. But don't have them do any maintenance, don't have them do any real cleanings, just have them feed, and it's best to show them exactly how much to feed. Don't just say feed a little, because people will abuse that and everyone interprets that differently and they'll probably overfeed.